Hello everyone, good morning. So we are already on the second day of the conference, and Andreas is here with us with yet another session. And yeah, with his 25 years of Debian developer experience, I'm pretty sure we'll be having a blast with this one. So yeah, welcome, Andreas.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Are you awake? It's kind of early morning. Did you go swimming today? Why not? Okay, let's start. So this, I wrote it in the introduction. I have no idea how this workshop will go because it's not about reading out the introductions to Debian packaging, but just doing it, running into problems and showing you how you can solve problems, because this is what you can't read in the internet. Okay? What kind of knowledge you should have? It is good if you are somehow comfortable with makefiles, diff and patch, which is in Debian wrapped into Quilt. Git, it's good to know. Deb helper is some tool which is doing everything for you. You don't need to have to know so much about it, but I'm mentioning it here. And Lintian is a tool which tells you, oh, this is not nice what you are doing, please change this with some documentation. So this is all you. The third three are really good to know, and the other things are so easy to understand. I will show you some examples. What's the motivation to do Debian packages? Is someone familiar with the name doocracy? Well, in Debian we have not a democracy where we vote about something, well, for some issues, but we have a doocracy. The person who is doing something decided what gets done. And if you do the packaging, then it gets done. If you don't do it, probably nobody else will do it for you. So this is your motivation. If you want a package, you have to do it. Or convincing other people to do it for you it's usually not working. We have this, there's a difference between ITP, I intend to package something, and asking for packaging, this is usually not working. So we have some manuals. I'm starting with some unusual manuals because I'm working in those teams. We have in Debian Med, we have a policy how we do the packaging. So we have, if you have some package which is somehow following this policy, which is similar to, it was derived from the packaging Perl policy. It is very similar to the Debian science policy manual and Debian. They are all similar. So if you are working in this field, you know what mailing lists to use, what salsa space is used, but all the packaging is quite consistently explained. That's why I mentioned this. Developer's reference is way longer, and I don't know if you want to start with something, reading the instructions is probably not the most nice thing. So usually you read the documentation if something goes wrong, and then you can look there. And then there's the new maintainer guide, which in principle should be the first entrance, and maybe you start with this if you have some generic things, but I like to list it in this sequence because I personally read the Debian Med policy, even if I'm one of the authors of sub, but sometimes I forget something. Okay, and then is where you can get help. There is a Debian Mentors mailing list, which helped me a lot, even now. Sometimes I have a problem, even after 25 years, I have a problem I can't solve. And I write there, and usually you get answer in a couple of hours to solve your problem. If you want to be even faster, then that you can ask on IRC, Debian Mentors. And yesterday I had a a small talk about teams and so, and I was mentioning mentoring of the month. So if you have some package which is interesting for Debian Med, just come to us and I will teach you on the mailing list. And I'm also sponsoring. By the way, if you have any questions, please raise your hand, right? It's a workshop, so interrupt me, I'm happy to be interrupted, right? If you have questions for this, I can go into more detail on this. Well, this was mentoring of the month and sponsoring of blends. Blends are Debian Science, Debian Edu, Debian GIS. And if you are working in this field and have a package in this field, I tend to sponsor these things under some circumstances. So if you want to follow me now with packaging, then you need these tools. It's the package dev. These are some needed tools. Make, it will be installed automatically probably. DHMake, something which creates a template of the package. DebHelper, because it's a must-have. Dev scripts is quite useful. Fake root will probably be installed automatically here. It's something, the packaging is done by root, but you are not root, and this fake root is faking root for those other tools. You do not need to understand what it does, just install it. Fine. GNU PG, because its packages will be signed. Lintian is a policy checker. That means it will warn you if you made some mistakes in the packaging. Then P builder or cow builder, what is this? Well, everybody has his own device with installed packages and so, but we do not, we want to make sure that the package also will build on the laptop of the person sitting next to you, or any box. And so this P builder builds a change root with installing a minimal Debian system, where you have only those packages installed that are given as build dependencies. And to make sure that this really happens, you are using P builder, and cow builder is in principle also P builder with copy on write. This is faster. There is an alternative to this. It's called sbuild. I never managed to set this up properly, but because I had a working solution, I use this. Yeah, other developers use sbuild, so this is the same in principle. Create a change root, install everything that is needed for the package, and build the package. So now are some optional things. CME is a config model editor. It is bringing some of the metadata of your packaging into a consistent form and updates it to some things. We might come to this, if not, it's not necessary. By the way, you don't need to type this down, as I have given a link here. Here, this is, here you find this talk. So this, in the first link, you find this talk. So no need to hack this, right? It's in the Etherpad, right? Then build essential is a meta package which depends from GCC and some stuff you usually need. And I really recommend Git build package because many teams are using this. It's wrapping some build commands into and Git commands to be more consistent. Yeah. Questions so far? No questions? So, then I'm asking you, I asked you to add some packages here. This, again, this the first link is the link to my slides. These 3 links were some suggestions we could package. Okay? And I have just checked GNOME Kiosk, GNOME Varam, and I check this TDAL. Haskell is not very, I've never packaged something in Haskell, so, but anyway. Yeah, I ask for suggestions, right? So I will check every suggestion. So we have 3 suggestions so far. Anybody else with some suggestion what we could package? It's your chance to get your stuff done.
There was a suggestion.
Yeah, could you put it on the Etherpad and I have the link, right? We now checking what was suggested first. The first one was GNOME Kiosk. It is a little better. Desktop environment suitable for fixed, so maybe a kiosk system. So I've checked this. They have the first thing I'm checking when I go to the upstream site. Did they tag their releases? Right? This is something, and they put some text here. Can you read? If you can't read it in the back, please tell me, then I can increase it. So they have text, which is good. 15 hours ago, this is a lively project, which is good. They have some RC candidates, which we need to think about. Maybe we go down a bit to find a real release. Maybe 4.0 is our target because we are targeting at users in production. And users in production sometimes don't like beta, alpha releases. RC sounds good. So this is some kind of gut feeling. I would, for the moment, if we take this GNOME Kiosk, I would tend to pick 4.0 just for educational reasons that you know how to do it. Okay. Second suggestion was Varnam. This is a Go package. Maybe it would probably fit into the conference here, Indian language or so. For Go package, I have to say, I once had to package some Go stuff, and they have some helper. I need to look up the name of the helper. The helper creates a totally ready package. All the Go packages are coming with some metadata, and this helper is parsing this metadata and creates a ready package which is de facto ready for upload. I would recommend, if someone is packaging something, to join a packaging team. In this case, it might be the Go packaging team, maybe some language team. So yesterday I explained there are teams which are focusing in topics. This would be the language, or technique. This would be the Go team. The Go team is extremely helpful. So they will tell you if you have some trouble with Go, just what to do. I think it was the only thing you had to do, feed this thing to the helper, and then you get a ready package. If we pick this program, I just need to find the helper and then explain what it's doing. But I tend a little bit more to GNOME Kiosk because I hope to get more trouble there, and I want to see you how I'm in trouble and what I'm doing. It's not about everything is fine, but what to do if getting in trouble. The third one was TIDA. TIDA is the language for live coding algorithmic patterns. And it's Haskell. This is Haskell. So. Yeah. So I've never touched Haskell. I have no idea about this. I don't know the pitfalls. I would think this is probably not the best target for this workshop. And now let's check. We have some more. So just a remark, because the person who write here, no ITP or no RFP yet. ITP means intent to package. It says, well, I want to do it. RFP is request for packaging. This is what I said. Could somebody else do some packaging for me? I understand the idea behind this, but you need to assume every Debian developer has probably a quite filled schedule. And usually the own interests. I told you about the do-ocracy. Everybody does what he wants to do, and what the person wants to do gets done. So usually we are not waiting for someone suggesting what we can do. And this is the reason why this RFP, this request for packaging, is in the main cases not very successfully. So I personally, well, if it's about some medical stuff or so, I would check into this, because I'm running this Debian Med project, but we have usually people raise their hand on a mailing list. Could you please package this or that? This is an unofficial request for packaging, right? So if you have the request for some package which fits somehow in some team, just talk to the team first. So if some Go language, or if the other, this Indian thing, if you have some community in India which is doing some language support, and just contact these first, right? So I have this, what is this? Probably KDE stuff. The Onion of keyboard management tool. Okay, functionalities of the keyboard. This is some C program. They have tests. I'm now checking if they have some make file or so. So usually if they have README, you seek for install instructions. Installation. So this is to see how to build the package. So this is not very obvious for me for the moment. What I need to do. They have. Do they have some tags? Which one? Yeah. I've seen the installation, but it's not very. I've seen it, but this was not make install, something like this, right? They have at least they have 5 tags. It's 3 years old. Okay. What else do we have? My personal favorite is currently GNOME Kiosk for this workshop. So they have also tags. Intuitive and powerful ground station controller. Okay, for drones. Interesting. LLVM project. I guess this is not for us. But LLVM is packaged, right? We have LLVM in Debian. So this is also not for the workshop. No, reject. So, okay, Etherpads. I think we go with GNOME Kiosk. Is it okay for you as a demonstration? What I'm doing, the first is apt search GNOME minus kiosk. The thing is, maybe this package even exists and I did not. So just check if the work is done. First thing. So second check. Go to salsa.debian.org. A little bit slow. Oh, wait a minute. So salsa.debian.org. GNOME kiosk. Maybe we don't have the package inside Debian, but it's possible that someone did something in Salsa. And then you do not want to start from scratch, but first time check if this person is what this person was doing and if you can provide help. So next thing is what I would do. Okay, we know there are GNOME packages, but where are all these GNOME packages? Or GNOME, or how do you pronounce? My pronunciation is GNOME, GNOME. Yes, yes. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, but now we seek for GNOME. Oh, it's a bit slow. Yeah. But I should be, if I go to Debian, right? I love these remarks because I'm learning something, right? I'm here to learn, right?
Could you repeat the comments that you learned?
Just use the explore button to explore Salsa. This is what I learned because I was not aware. So what we see is all the GNOME projects are, or the most of the GNOME projects are under GNOME, whatever it's called. And then there are people who put them in their private space. These are private space. These are team spaces where people work together. And yeah, there are other GNOME space. If you ask me for my personal opinion, all these private packaging stuff should be moved here. Why? This is a single maintainer where nobody can touch. You need merge requests, pull requests, stuff. It complicates things. If everything is in GNOME, the workflow is more easy, but this is my personal opinion. The people in the GNOME team might consider it different. But in the teams where I am active, I ask people to always use the same team space to enable easy access for people. So if you want to really do the packaging of some GNOME stuff, I would strongly recommend that you join this team and put, if you have a Salsa login, yeah, please create a Salsa login. If you want to do serious packaging, please do this. And please go to this team, request access, and then you usually get access quite quickly in a couple of hours or so. This would be normal. It might differ from team to team. And then you can create a repository there if they give you the proper permissions, or you ask for creation of the repository where you can push your changes. This is strongly recommended, and you can also check a random package there, what they are using for their team maintenance. Unfortunately, it's a little bit slow. Come on. I just want to have kind of a template of their packages, right? I will show you later. You have usually the upstream code and an additional Debian directory. And in this Debian directory, you find always the same files. You find a changelog file like this. And I'm personally looking now into the control file to learn the following, what I want to show you. The maintainer of GNOME packages is the Debian GNOME maintainers team. So not you will be the maintainer if you are packaging GNOME packages, but this team. You put your name under uploaders. So if you build a package, you can upload the package, maybe some other people, but this is something you want to learn. So, if I'm new to GNOME packaging, which is the case for me, I would do the following. So this is the first code I would do. Git or git build package. I show you git build. Now I talk. Git clone salsa and then oops, that was the full thing. If it doesn't work for you in this way, as I'm doing, just use the full URL. This is, you need to check the wiki what you need to install to use this salsa. This enables also, not working. Okay, git clone. I probably have not the correct permissions for this. So this is anonymous clone, which is perfectly sufficient. I just cloned this one. Probably I should have taken the smaller one, but anyway. I just want to find an example which will fit the purpose of my packaging, right? For some Go packages, it's different. For the GNOME package, I just have used any example. It's just that I personally have not the experience with GNOME packaging. In the Debian Me team, we have kind of a framework which fits all examples. You just copy this framework or template and this is ready. So if somebody is confused by this midnight commander, I can stop using it, but I think it's faster. So here's the control file. And you see what I've shown you. And we have a changelog file. This is kind of an older package, which is which started some time ago. So okay. Now back to our real target. What I'm doing is we want to package kiosk, right? I do mkdir kiosk. Usually I do it also with Git midnight commander, but I do it for you on the console so you can see it. So cd kiosk. And now I simply copy the Debian directory from Balsa. And now I have some patches. I don't need these patches. The tests, I also dropped tests. This is advanced to do, blah, blah, blah. We need the changelog file. We need control file. We need copyright. We need rules. We need watch. So this is actually cheating. I will show you some different way what you can do, but I just take an existing one and put it for my needs. So we start with the changelog file, go down, oops. even more down. I just want the first entry. Our package will be named kiosk. I just name it GNOME kiosk. I use some fake version. I just explain why. Everything what is not uploaded should go to the target unreleased. We don't upload something, we do some release later on. I will change this owner later, and your first changelog will always have initial release, nothing else. All you are doing with the packaging now is not for the changelog. The first package has just initial release because the changelog is not about the work you are doing now, but the next upload, once this is accepted, will get the changelog. I have a new upstream version, blah, blah, blah. So the first changelog is totally easy like this. So then I use the control file. This is not valid for us. GNOME kiosk. I just need this source. I will explain later. Just need the source. And then I added the watch file. The idea of the watch file is the following. Oh, I can't really use it. Have anybody heard about uscan on Debian Watch? But not so many. Well, the thing is, we have some tool in Debian which goes to a so-called watch file, which contains a URL pattern, goes to this URL and checks if there is a new pattern. And if there's a new pattern, you get the remark, oh, your software is not up to date anymore, please update it. And this is for pointed to Fedora people, blah, blah, blah. I use a different template. I use the template I know. Salsa, Team, Community, package template. As I said, we have some templates in Debian Med, which has a template for all watch files. This is the reason why I go there. Well, actually, I'm a grandfather. My memory is totally limited. I always can remember where to find things.
You'll show the HMate later?
The what?
You'll show the HMate later? Yeah, you'll show the HMate later, I guess?
Yes, I show you the HMate later.
Templates have all of this.
Yeah. My point is, I want to create a watch file first to see that it's working. The watch file brings me the tarball, and having this tarball, I will show DHMake. Two options.
Well, actually I have a suggestion. The Barza is extremely old package, so most of those stuffs are extremely
Yeah.
old. Maybe you can use some newer package like,
Yeah.
which has pretty up-to-date watch files.
You're perfectly right. In this case, any example will work. I just wanted to show you some examples. We don't use it anymore. I just want to create a watch file.
Yeah, actually, I just checked the GNOME console watch file and it just has download.gnome.all the sources and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you don't have to.
So my example was not optimal, but I show you how to work around.
Okay. I see.
Right?
Thanks.
You can also read the uscan web man page to get what I want. But here in this Debian Med web page, we have the according what I need. So you find this information in various places. This is my way how I find it. So this is a template. Here you put the GitHub user and package. Or was it GitHub or GitLab? Just check. Ah, it was GitLab. So I need to find the GitLab. So we have a template for GitHub, GitLab. Seek for GitLab. So I take this template. Everything is also specified in the usecan man page. So if you are lucky, which I was not, I would have used your suggestion, this command GNOME CLE or so. Yeah, GNOME console. But yeah, depending from your luck, you find a good example or a bad example. And I leave this here. This may be. We will see what happens. Because this watch file is, in my opinion, the most important thing to start first, because you want to have this watch file working. If you do other things first, then you forget your watch file and you never get notification when there is a new version. That's why I'm very keen on this watch file. So now we need to have users and project. This is GNOME kiosk, GNOME. So, like this. And now, since I adapted changelog, control, and watch file, I can say, oops. Wait a minute. Uscan minus verbose. Oh, failed, forbidden. So this is something that should not happen.
It's gitlab.gnome.com.
GitLab. Thank you. I told you I will learn something. .org, right? .org. So they have, like we have Salsa, they have also their GitLab instance. Good. But it doesn't work anyway. So you suggested to use the command line, but okay, we do the following because you want. I don't think I should do with the watch file so long for you. I just use what he said and download the tarball right now, and we check the watch file later. So I go to the text, and I would suggest to use a stable release, right? Stable release is 4.4.0. And we download the tar gz. I would prefer tar.xz, but tar.bz.2 is working, but I prefer the gzip. So downloading this. So you get the tarbar, right? This is what Debian watch, what uscan would have done if my watch file would be correct. And now you unpack the tarbar. So, and now we have the tool dhmake. dhmake. Oh, I need to install it. I don't use it normally for my work. If I'm too fast or something like this, just stop me and ask, right? dhmake. No, it's underscore, dh underscore. No. dhmake. There are, you have seen on my installed programs, dhmake R, because I'm doing a lot of R packages. This is doing complete R packages. You can watch the man page of dhmake. It asks you some packages, some questions, and then create some Debian directory. dhmake. The first question is, will it be a single package? Independent of the architecture, library, or Python. It will be a single package. It's stressing me, right? Why is doing this? Single. So, this is a person who should not be named in the workshops. Yeah, so if you set up your environment with your deb email and so, dhmake knows this. Don't stress me. Yes. So, it should have created a Debian directory. Did I answer this question not correctly? Could not find. It was in the. Yeah. I was wrong. I should start it here. I don't know why. I assumed I should start it in this directory, but it didn't found this tarbar. I started from here. Thank you. But this is really good that I did it. This is a typical beginner's mistake. We download a tarbar, and the Debian tarbar has to be named GNOME kiosk. GNOME. So it has. You have to replace the usual minus by an underscore, and then you have to include oric.tar.dz. Right? We have this. I use a symlink, which would also do this, and this tarbar is not useful for Debian packaging. You have always to use this. And why am I not remembering this beginner's error? Every Debian developer has made this mistake, as I did it now, forgetting to rename it. You will remember me once you forget it, right? And I don't remember because I always put the watch file first, and this is doing the right things. And so I also forget. So again, thanks Tasya for saving me. So don't stress me. So now we have the Debian directory, right? This is what was created by dhmake. And the reason why I don't use dhmake is because I'm totally bored by all these examples. for most things I don't need it. I need the watchfire example. So removing asterisk.x is not working because I need this example. This might be helpful, all the others are, yeah. If you package something with a cron job, yes, you need it. But post-ins, this is stuff for advanced packaging. This will not be topic of this workshop, right? You can read about this. Also, we don't packaging something with cron. So I will remove most of these examples to clean up the space a little bit. Go to the Debian directory and clean up all this stuff. So what you see here is similar as the example before. You have the changelog file, as I said, mandatory. It has put the unreleased here because the package is not uploaded, it's unreleased. It has a name which I should not read out today, and it has a closes statement, which was missing on the other one. If you intend to package something, you open first a bug report. Why a bug report? Well, there is a meta package. It is called WNPP. W means work, needing, and packages in progress. This would be a package in progress because you are working on it. The sense of this bug report is the following. There might be someone else who wants to package this at the same time as you. And just to avoid some race conditions also, you have to announce that you want to do it. And this is an agreement between Debian developers that if you reserve somehow the right to work on this package, nobody else should do it without contacting you. So you open this bug, and in the changelog, you close this bug. That means if the package gets uploaded and accepted, then this ITP bug is closed. Right? This is the meaning of this, what dhmake created for you. Then we have the Debian control file, which is very important. It has what I did in advance, the GNOME kiosk name, which is sensible. Now I think it's a good time to explain all these fields in GNOME control. Questions so far? Any question? If you don't ask questions, you will not learn as much than if you ask. So, what means section? Section is some kind of categorization in Debian which has, well, not really a technical meaning. It's more or less a social meaning. So we have section science. We have technical meaning section libs. These are libraries. We have section Python or Perl, which is a technical meaning. So in GNOME, it's not really clear to me. And so I go back to my example and look what sections they were using. They are using section GNOME, so I take it. This is what I mean to look into other packages, what they are using. Try to find similar packages. You can cheat, sneak into it, whatever. So the priority is optional. I do not need to explain this. You will always do optional packages. There are higher ranked packages, and formerly there was extra. This is stupid. Nobody is using it. It's not a policy. Just use priority optional. Done. Then there is a maintainer, which I would change, because actually I do not really want to maintain these packages at all, but here I use this maintainer, because I really, really, really recommend to join some team. So the maintainer will be the GNOME team. Uploader is currently me, but I will not upload this package. I have more than 1,000 packages. I don't care about these ones. If someone wants this, I hand it over to you and you put your own ID there, right? This rules requires root. No, just use it. It's in most of the cases it's no, and the meaning is if you build the package, you must be root or not, and in normal cases you are not root. Just use it. So this field is important. Build depends. Build depends means everything you need to build the package needs to be installed in this change root package that I mentioned in the beginning for pbuilder or so. So for the moment, you just install the helper. My guess is we need more for GNOME packages. We also can sneak here into the example. There are some more. We most probably will need this one. This sounds very, very important for GNOME packages. I just copy this for the moment. And these are also build depends of this Balsa or probably many other packages. But for the moment, I think the GNOME team has done something which is used for every GNOME package. So just take this one. And if you build the package the first time, yeah?
Can you share a compressed folder of these contents so that I can just work from there?
I will upload everything I do to some place.
I mean, just now, I think I missed somewhere. And
Okay, yeah. So I put this into the Etherpad. Or how do we want it to be shared?
I mean, the world files, the complete list of files.
Yeah,
Like
where can I put them? Well, actually, please let me do it later
Okay.
to some place.
Yeah.
It's okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Usually I would push the things to Salsa, but I think I have no permission in GNOME team. So I promise I make it available somewhere and I put it somewhere. And I put it at the location where I put all the files into Etherpad. So go this evening to Etherpad and you will find everything I did. Right? Okay. Because it's too distracting now to find. Yeah, okay. So, next thing, standard version. The standard version is the version of the Debian policy which is up to date right now. We have now Debian policy. Wait. Apt policy, Debian policy. So this is the Debian policy package, has a version 4.6.2. We leave out the micro nano version, right? This is Debian policy. If you start packaging later, just check. Or Lintian will tell you later, you have not the up-to-date policy. But it's no problem to specify 4.5 here. In most cases, it simply just takes the current policy version. Done. So, homepage, right? Homepage is, well, the page where we downloaded this. Yeah. Please do not forget this. This is a reference for your users of the package, where to look for new updates, whatever. Okay? This is important. Now we come to VCS browser and VCS Git. DHMake has made a comment for it, but as I said, I'm very, very keen on joining teams. This is where you put your package on Salsa. And I found Balsa here. It has probably also these teams. It's in GNOME team. And we should use GNOME team. Please always use teams and nothing else. It would work for Debian, for your own personal repository, but I insist that joining teams is very important. So these are the locations in Salsa where other people then can download your stuff.
Question in the IRC channel.
Yes?
It's like, what tools exist for automatically converting an upstream dependency list to Debian control format? Like from Python requirements.txt or pyproject.yml?
Wait,
Yeah.
can I read it out?
Sure. This one.
Yeah. Oops. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Pressed the wrong button. Okay. What tools exist for automatically converting an upstream dependency list to Debian control format? For Python, there is a tool. I don't know the name. For R, there is a tool, which is DHR. For Golang, there is a tool which I mentioned. So depending from the programming language, we have tools. For Perl team has also something, so it depends from the programming language if there's a tool or not. It might be that the GNOME team also has developed such a tool. I just don't know the tool. That's why I said, please contact the relevant team, they will tell you. Maybe we are doing way more work than necessary, but I think this is, for the workshop it is okay, because you see something that is relevant for doing something. Right? Any further questions? Oh, okay. So what you see here is a source package. Debian has source packages and binary package. This part concerns the source package. That's why this, it starts with source. This is about the binary package. It starts with package. In most cases, the binary package name is the same as the source package name. Most cases. You can have multiple binaries. Then you have for every binary a section package, binary package name. For instance, for libraries, you have lib something with so name in the end, and lib something devel. Then you have the development package, which only developers might need. Or there are lots of good reasons. I think also the Balsa package has more than one binary package. We have a simple case, we use one. So, binary package we name GNOME Kiosk. Architecture, any. So, any means Debian has a set of hardware architectures. AMD64 is probably what you have on your laptops. ARM64, this is an ARM-based processor. We have 32-bit architecture, the old Intel architecture, the old ARM architectures. We have MIPS, we have Power, whatever. And any means this package will be built for any of those architectures. There is another option, architecture all. This is, for instance, for Python packages, Perl packages. They don't need to be built if they have no binary part. They usually don't need to have built for all architectures, but work on all without rebuilding. This is the difference between architecture any and all. And we have some packages which work only on AMD64 or only on Intel. And then you would specify AMD64 and E386. the Intel architectures, but not on ARM MIPS. So you can say all, it's for all architectures, any is for any of these, or you specify your architectures. I would love if there would be an option to say any but not ARM, but this option does not exist yet. So if you want to exclude only one architecture, you have to explicitly name all the architecture but it's existing. This is a little bit boring because if there are new architectures added like it is currently the case, then you have to edit your control file. This is the meaning of architecture. So, multi-art foreign, just use this for this workshop, it's okay. There is some documentation about this, but just use this. Depends. This is specifying dependencies of the package at the installed system. In contrast to build this depends, you will, in most cases, you never depend from debhelper. Debhelper is used for building the package, or this DH sequence GNOME is also for building the package. The depends is for the package that is installed. And the installed package usually has some dependencies from some libraries with their versions. And since you use debhelper, which is the most helpful tool you have ever seen when doing Debian packaging, that's why I don't discuss anything else here. It has a feature to automatically install all the libraries that are needed, and you specify by shlibs depends, shared libraries dependencies. Just use this. And use this mis depends because the paper also has miscellaneous depends. Any other dependency which the helper don't know, you have to specify with comma separated list. Just add them, whatever. If you need some, say some Python or so, I don't know. Everything what should be installed on the user's computer should be mentioned here. And in addition, what is not in the template, we have recommends and suggests. I just name it here. Recommends is also installed per default if the user has not said do not install recommends. So if you have some package that in most cases should be installed to make the program work, add it as recommends. Suggests is something, yeah, it would be nice to have, but not really necessary, but should be mentioned here. These are the three relations to other binary packages. Depends, this depends is important. Everything else you need to know your program. Recommends and suggests might be necessary for this package. I don't know. I don't know this program. So what is the description? We have a short description and a long description. So usually the short description is maybe the headline of the package or what's here. So say this one might be the short description. I put it here. Up to 60 characters. Do not end it with a dot. This is wrong. Well, wrong. It's very bad style. Linter will blame you about this because the idea behind this short description is that you form a sentence. GNOME Kiosk is a package with Matter-based composition for kiosks. And this dot is also in mind. So it should somehow form a sensible sentence. And the long description is, I simply copy this from here. So, GNOME Kiosk. The long description. have always one space in the beginning. Always one, every single line has one space in the beginning. And if there are paragraphs like here, you need to do a blank and a dot. This makes a paragraph like this. Right? So we have a short description, long description. This is what the user will see. Here in the example, apt show GNOME Balsa, was it? Or was it only Balsa? Yeah. This is, in our example, you find the description email client for GNOME and this. Here you see, if you use two blanks, it will be cared for that is verbosely output. And if you have this one, clients can reformat this. But this is verbose output. Let's check if I'm correct. Balsa control. Yeah, as I said, right? This is what you see here. This is what you show in if you say apt show. To go back to this package which has some other things, you see, as I said, use these dependencies. It depends from one of its own packages. Balsa data was below. Pine entry, something. So here are some examples for some dependencies. Here are some recommends which also should be installed to make some sense out of this package. And here you have an example for an additional binary package, also starting with package. Here is architecture all, and above is architecture any. The point is, most probably this package comes with a lot of architecture independent data, some megabytes or so. You put it to user share to make sure if the package is built for several architectures, you do not want to have this bunch of data in all these binary files. That's why you have this architecture all package, which is just which the main package just depends from, and then you can save some space for the internet, some bandwidth when downloading. This is the reason to split up the binary data. Questions about this? Oh, okay. So this is a control file. I think we were ready with the control file. So let's look into the rules file. Yeah, this is the rules file DHMake has created. I can explain a lot about these commands, but the main point is this. A rules file is a make file, and this rules file always calls debhelper, DH, debhelper. And in most simple cases, that's all. We are done. In most simple cases. Let's see if Balsa has also this simple case, but probably there's an option. Not really. There is something you need to do. This is about hardening. This was as a comment. Hardening means you set some compiler option for some security reasons. I recommend to set it if the build works, and if the build doesn't work, just comment it. Then the maintainer had to tweak some linker options here, what it is. But this is the DHMake thingy, and you have to tell we have some build system which is Meson. Let's check what GNOME Kiosk has. It has also Meson built, right? Meson is one. Are you comfortable with auto build something? CMake, Meson. These are all build systems. As a maintainer, you have to know a minimum about build systems. If you've ever seen such a Meson file, it sets some prefix, where the data go, local, so setting up something. As I said, I'm always cheating into other packages. If we have in our package Meson build system, Balsa has also Meson build system, we probably have to use this option. And so I just put it into our rules files. Right? And if we need this Meson thing, we need to check the build depends. Meson. Yo. So Balsa has Meson as build depends. It's using it, we need it, so we need to add this to our build depends. Okay? So we have a rules file. Everything else is not interesting for here. Just for these two examples, Salsa CI. Do you have all some Salsa login? Please raise your hand. A few people. If you want to package, please do it on Salsa. And what you get here is also not really up to date, but I'm using it as well. This is setting up CI. So if you run this CI on Salsa, you get the package built on Salsa, you get the auto package test run if it's there, you get Lintian run there. So your upload to Salsa, if you tick mark, yes, please use CI, will run this. And I recommend to either use this Salsa CI XML file, but I was told recently that you can tick mark on Salsa some default file. I simply forgot. If you are really into it, please ask me after the workshop. I look it up. You do not necessarily need this Salsa YAML file, and people blamed me about, oh, you are using this Salsa YAML file. It's not necessary. Yeah, okay. But it works. Okay. It's interesting now, this watch file. I think I should show you that the package builds somehow, and then I really want to have this watch file working before we stop this this workshop. But for the moment, I now think we could try to build. So the most easy thing to build is, for me, the build, but I use usually pbuilder. Pbuild. And I really want to demonstrate this. Oh, error. Okay. What's this? Pbuilder is, as I said, making a change root, installing everything into the change root, and builds a package there. So first, I'm a fan of trying and looking what's not working. And here, unable to load add-on genome, even the helper sequence genome. The helper is consisting of a set of modules for different things. This one is for genome. Why is the helper asking for it? Because I said, well, here DH sequence genome is needed. It's not installed on my system. Sudo apt install. Okay. Trying again. Error again, no such file. User bin. Wait a moment. What I really like on Debian system is apt file search. Do you know apt file search? You need to install it and make sure that this will at least once update directory of all files that are in Debian packages and it wants to set it up, it tells you the package that is needed, the binary that is needed is in this package. So, apt install sudo no. Why? Interesting. What's this? gnome clean. No such file directory. Interesting. So, oh, it's Perl. My idea was, I have no idea why some file is missing. I wanted to make it more verbose and set -x. But if it's Perl, wait, line 67. Okay. Okay. The GNOME team has done some fancy thing. They provide a file control.in. This is specific for the GNOME team. Not everybody is doing this. And let's look. Yeah, obviously here is some variable in it. GNOME team. So this is, everything is new for me, right? So you don't see an expert here in this GNOME packaging. They have the same or nearly the same standards version. I'm just looking for some variables they might have used, but so far I've only seen the GNOME team one. So we just use this one and add it to uploaders. Obviously, this GNOME helper really wants this in file. And I try again. So this hurdle was taken. So what's now happening is pbuilder is setting up a change root and installs all these packages into this change root. It's just, it takes a bit of time, but today our computers that fast that you can build it. So build didn't work, and I have a setup where pbuilder doesn't finish the change root, but sticks into the change root, and I can look up what's happening. So the build, Meson build, has a dependency of libmatter. Libmatter not found. So I check again. I leave the change root now. apt file search. Where can I find libmatter? It is here, and most probably we need the development package, right? We want to develop something, we need to add this to our build depends. Any questions? And now I put it to this control.in because I assume that this GNOME tool is overriding my own control file. I hate this. I wouldn't do this like this, but it's happening here. You have to adapt, right? I have started here, and the GNOME team decided, oh, blah, 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 we are even more fancy, we are doing some stuff, and add these. So be careful, and add the new dependency here in this control.in file. This is not default, right? You are learning something, but this is the example you wanted to have. So again, PD build. Again, setting up, the question? Take the mic.
So what exactly is this control.in file, and are there any other overrides like that to control file?
This GNOME helper has a fancy feature to resolve some variables and write in Debian control file. It's a feature of this GNOME build stuff. It's not the general. I have no package with the Debian control.in file, but I've seen it and know what they are doing. It's also usually if someone has seen CMake. CMake is a competing build to deb helper. It also resolves some variables, right? So I would recommend not to use it, but if your team is doing it all the time and the framework, the build framework is adapted to this, you need to adapt. Right? Any more questions? So, sorry. So, the build also was not succeeding, I guess. So we just try to build. The matter thing was, can we see this in the log? So I just explain a little bit in this build. What we are seeing? Everything with DH underscore is started by DH. It does some auto reconf step. If you know auto make, auto conf, and so it's doing the auto reconfigure thingy. For CMake, it's doing something else, and the Meson system also do something else. In most cases, all will be fine, right? Genome clean, maybe this genome clean step is responsible for this control.in to control. I don't know. Just try it out, call genome clean and see what happens. You can put all the things on command line. DH clean cleans up your repository from any stuff, because you should build in a clean repository, which means upstream tarball and your Debian directory. No objects, files, no libs, anything else. And here the binary is built, and it contains, again, auto tools, auto reconf, auto configure. This is a configure step. And now we are in this configure step where all the dependencies are checked according to the upstream build system, right? We are now calling what upstream is doing to build the package. And now we need to check why it failed. It looks good. Running test binary command, blah. Here is this matter. Obviously it's now available. This was a step where we stopped before. Error, libsystemd not found. Oh, we need libsystemd. Nice. Why is the mouse not working? Oh, yes. Too fast. Okay, so seems we need another build dependency. Upsearch. Sometimes also upsearch is giving you something that is helpful. My assumption is we need systemd def, right? Just let's edit. You see, I have quite an try and error approach, right? Alternatively, you can read the docs and see what's needed. So that's fun.
Check the meson config and
Yeah.
check the meson config.
Yeah. You can also read out this. Sure. So we try p build again. Maybe it needs systemd because if it's building some kiosk system and want to harden anything, so it should forbid something. Maybe. And all the things, how to set up a p-builder environment so that it works like here. There are docs in the wiki which you can read, which you can copy. I don't see any advantage if I show you these single details. I want to show you methods how you get to a package and not all the things you can read in the docs, right? There is some stuff with it's working for me, which is not plainly working for you. You need to set up this p-builder with create. Just check the docs for these details. So, do not find CMake, right? CMake is also needed. So we add CMake. I use single lines for this. You can specify in one line or whatever with spacing. This doesn't matter. And try again. Questions? No questions. It is helpful what I'm talking. You can say, no, I don't understand you. Feel free. Oh, can you please use the mic?
What if you put too many dependencies on a package?
The dependencies?
Not needed dependencies, for example.
So,
let's say if you copy a template from another package and just add unneeded dependencies. Is this
if they are unneeded, well, my gut feeling says they are needed because it makes perfectly sense. I've copied deb helper, which is needed always. This GNOME stuff, it's definitely also needed because it's a GNOME package. They are doing things. And if you have some package which is not really needed in build depends, it does not harm. It just costs your time because it will be installed in the change root. Maybe you get a bug report, this is unneeded, and you remove it. It's not harmful. The missing dependencies are harmful, the other ones are boring, unnecessary. But no problem.
Thank you.
So we have another problem with the config. Systemd CMake. Again, libsystemd not found.
Hello.
Yeah, question?
So I want to have one package to be installed on both older version and latest version of Debian. How to compile that package with, as a Debian?
Sorry, please say it again loudly. I did not understand your question.
Okay, so I have one package that need to be installed in Debian 11.7 as well as 12.x versions. Okay, so how can I create a .deb file?
I'm afraid I did not. Do you have a package with what it is in Debian or not?
It might be my own package.
You want
Yes.
to have a package.
Yes, my own package should be installed in both older version and later version of Debian. For that, how can I use this?
Well, the thing is, as I said, try to find a team which doing something similar in terms of using the same programming language or have solving similar problems, right? Try to find such a team. If you are not sure what kind of team, maybe you just ask me, say what software it is, and I have kind of an overview, and then I can tell you who are your friends.
Okay, for example, I have a Python. Package.
So join the Debian Python team.
So, okay.
That is easy. Debian Python team is very active, very responsive on the mailing list. The mailing list is list.debian.org, Debian-Python. Contact these people. They are kind and helpful and will guide you to all your problems. Okay. Python packaging is usually not very hard. Right?
Okay.
Okay. So, now I'm wondering why we keep on having this error. Ellipsis. Yeah, I check what, well, as I said, I'm here in the change root, and I do find lib minus name. Okay, libsystemd is not found. Apt file search. Maybe I was wrong in specifying my build dependency. Yeah, I was wrong. I was simply wrong. No. Yeah, it's somehow I'm just too quick when doing this workshop. Because I concentrated on different things. I just have specified the wrong build dependency, but as I said, making mistakes is more helpful for you than if everything runs smoothly and I run through something. At least this is my opinion about this kind of workshop. I don't know, how much time do we have? Mm-hmm. I really want to get some depth, want to fix the watch file, and then we have, it's not working yet. We are running into another error. Failed to auto-build. Runtime dependency GNOME desktop 3 not found. I have no idea why we need a runtime dependency. Apt file search. So you see this apt file search is quite helpful.
Try searching for .c file or
Yeah. Good hint, thank you. Yeah, this is mainly the task of the packager to see what build depends we might need, yeah, right? So it works differently. Either read the docs, read the website, try and error. For this workshop, I use the try and error because I can talk a little bit to you while we are trying, while this is running. You see, you can answer questions, and if you are lucky, not so many build depends will be needed, and then stuff will build, hopefully. More questions? No. I was. libibus dev looks pretty convincing here. You have also seen in the Balsa case that we had quite some build depends, and these GNOME packages tend to a little bit longer list of build depends. And yeah, in Python it's similar, but in Python you have usually one file where all these are assembled, and you can copy and paste easily. I'm not a Meson expert, and do not want, if I would know where to grab for dependencies also, if you are a Meson expert, you will be way faster than I. And you know, this is dependencies that are needed, grab for this and copy this. Another one. DebConf. Yeah, DebConf also sounds, and I also not an expert to know where all these packages are. So I'm afraid it's for what's grabbing also PC. Grab this one. Yeah. I'm afraid it's not so entertaining if I'm just doing this step by step, but I really want to have this first step you can look at, and if not, I'm care for the watch file, and then we see, and I promise to continue all the build depends and upload so you can continue there, right? Because it's a little bit boring, this part of thing. 10 minutes left. And I really want to give you a very, very short introduction into the most boring part of the packaging, which is the Debian copyright file. I have to give you an introduction into this because it's per policy necessary. I will have today another talk about this, chatting with FTP master, where we talk about copyright files. So as I promised, there's another. So I will not continue here because it's boring for you, right? We check the watch file. I will have some homework, and then we get something more or less done. So no, copyright file is important. So in the copyright file, we declare the license of the source code and who has written the copyright, so the person who has the copyright. Why is this important? Well, it's important per Debian policy that we are providing only free software and that we specify these people. There is a machine-readable Debian copyright file, which is what I strongly recommend. All my packages have this machine-readable copyright file for good reasons. For instance, if you, for some reason, need to exclude something, you can put it here, and everything is more transparent. The first line always looks like this. And you specify the source, where you got the source. It's the home page, something like this. You can also put the text. I put the home page here. Again, the home page is also in the Debian control file, but sometimes it's not the same for whatever reason. Upstream name is included by the helper. Upstream contact. Well, in these cases, you can put the issue tracker or so. Maybe upstream has some, yeah, also.
Yeah, it's included in data/metadata.
Okay, just put the contact here. I will not do it now. Fix me, right? The contact. Then we have a copying file, right? This is the license. It's version 2 of the general public license. So it's actually version GPL version 2 plus or any later version. So, and this program is free software. Just copying this one and put it into the copyright file. So the license is GPL 2 plus. Put the license here. So as in the Debian control file, you have some space here. It's perfectly the same. So and then there is some sentence. You should have received a copy. On Debian system, this is a stupid sentence because we should refer to on Debian systems you can find the full text of the GNU general public license version 2 at user share common licenses GPL 2, right? I could have saved my time here because the helper, which I'm not using, that's why I was not aware, uses GPL2 for the person who is writing the Debian directory. I personally use always the same license as upstream if they have only one license, right? License GPL, GPL2, I've written it above. We do one license section here and are referring to this license section. Should have removed it. So the final file looks, or not the final file, but what I did is copyright. I need to find the author. Thank you, 5 minutes. The license is GPL2. My own work is also licensed GPL2. And you mentioned if the license, this one license is specified more than once, you put an extra paragraph here. If this would have been MIT license or BSD license, as I said, I always use the same, but you can specify different licenses for different files. So, who is the author? So, we say, for instance, grep -RI copyright. Then we see we now checking for other copyrights. maybe there are some files who specify different copyright because taken from somewhere. Yeah, upstream didn't specify. This is the copyright of the license itself in copying. This is our copyright file, so we have no.
Try to search file just name like app data or
App data. Search up. No. So what you can do is check who did all the commits. This is also an author, right? Like Ray Strode, also. Yeah, this is your first. I promise this will be not the most interesting task to write the copyright file, but it's necessary. Okay. I think, well, to have some summary, I have two homeworks. Fix a watch file, create a building package, and once I've done, I put this on the end of Etherpad where you can download it, if you're interested. If you don't find it this evening, just ask me again. You find me, you're sitting around, I'm sitting frequently on the rooftop, right? I think we will not manage to do more now. It's not really ready, but I would say it's promising somehow. At least it's my gut feeling. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Sometimes I said, well, I'm ready in 1 hour. No, it takes 1 day or 1 week, whatever. Did you like this way to present the Debian packaging workshop, right? Yeah, this is my experience. I've seen other workshops explaining the docs, whatever, but the docs you can read at home. This is more problem-oriented. I hope you got something out of this workshop, and we have the video stream, which is good because people out there might be able to follow this. I have also a recording of other workshops this way on my talks page. Yeah. 1 minute. Any last question?
Yeah, I was wondering what we do after we get the deb files. You mentioned a salsa CI YAML file.
Yeah. Well, if I would have permission to the GNOME team, I would meanwhile have pushed everything to salsa. And then this I set up CI, that's the build and so working. This is important. I would have done the ITP bug, report bug WNPP. Use one. And then fill in this form to announce that I'm packaging this. This also belongs to the packaging. Then you get an email with the number of the bug, which you close in changelog. I will not do so because I do not, which you close here. And then you need to find someone who will upload the package for you. Someone from the GNOME team, right? That's why I'm asking you for teams. You can go to Debian Mentors. Debian Mentors is a general thing where you can throw your work as a non-Debian developer. But to my experience, it does not work so good as if you ask the people who are directly working with this kind of package. Right? If it's a Python package, go to the Python team. GNOME package, go to the GNOME team. Debian Mentors is if you are really in vain to find somebody who's uploading for you. Okay? Thanks a lot for your attendance.
So yeah, it's unfortunate that we ran out of time on this. Yeah, very nice and yeah, interesting session. That was a lot of debugging and all. So yeah, it was great. And another round of applause for Andreas.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you all for being here.